6-minute exercise to improve your coordination. Hi, my name is Doug. I've been a physical therapist for 30 years and I specialize in helping people with balance problems learn to walk again. In this video, I'm going to show you a 6-minute daily exercise program that you can do that's proven to improve your coordination. Now we're going to practice forward stepping over an object, and I'm going to use this towel. I'm going to put this towel on the ground, grabbing my chair. I'm facing this direction, and I'm just stepping over it as if it's something I'm practicing, like some obstacle in my way. And I can put one finger here as I do that. And so there's a couple things to think about when you're doing this. When you bring your leg over, you want to hit with your heel and keep your knee a little bent, then step over with the other leg. You have the chair here so you can hold on to it as much as you need to, but the goal is to do this. Now my towel is kind of small. At home you might want a wider towel than this because it kind of makes it sort of too small of a thing to walk over. But I recommend a towel rolled up because just in case you don't get over it, it's not really going to get in your way that much. At any point, if you're tired, you can sit down on the chair and just rest a little bit. But if you can keep going, this is a good exercise. It forces you to shift your weight. It forces you to stand on one leg for a moment. And it's also just good practice, for walking around the community. There's always times you have to step over things or up on top of things. And if you're not practicing it, you might find that it's just really difficult and scary to do this. So this is a good way at home to practice something like this. So when you're out and about, it just becomes a lot easier. Okay, just keep stepping over. Keep stepping over. Stepping over. And you don't have to hold on. You can let go if you're feeling better. Just a couple more of these to go. And I'm going to try to do this one without holding on. And we're almost done and done. Okay, our next exercise is tapping. I'm going to use this towel. I'm going to put this right in front of me. Now, to do tapping, you want to shift all your weight on one leg, tap your foot forward, then shift all your weight to your other leg and tap that one forward. You want to go back and forth. It should look like this when you're doing it correctly. A lot of people might look like this with one finger on the chair or their hand on the chair. But what's important with this exercise is that you're practicing shifting your weight to one side and moving your leg forward in the air, tapping, not putting your weight on the foot that's tapping, just tapping the towel and then shifting back. You also have to make sure you bring your foot back all the way when you do it. I've seen people really struggle with this exercise. This is definitely a more advanced exercise. In fact, it's probably one of the hardest exercises in this program, but it's such a good exercise at improving your balance. So this is what it looks like if you're at a higher level. A lot of people, they're going to put one finger there just to be safe. If you want to rest at any point, you can. I'm always having trouble with my microphone cord. And just keep tapping. Keep going right and left. And each time you're shifting your weight fully. This is a good exercise to kind of force you to shift your weight when you're tapping. And when I'm standing on the leg I'm standing on, that knee is slightly bent, not overly stiff. I know I've said that a few times, but you always want to keep your knees slightly bent when you do these exercises. You actually want to keep a slight bend whenever you walk anywhere. Now you might wonder, why would I do this type of exercise? This isn't something I normally do. And it's not meant to be a normal thing you do, but it is meant to be a way of challenging your balance, which is what gets your balance better. Okay, I think we're done. Now we're going to do a little harder exercise, which is heel to toe walking backward. So you're going to face in one direction and just put one foot behind the other, and you're walking heel to toe. When you get right there, you want to turn around. 1, 2, 3 steps. Don't get away from your chair. You want to be next to your chair so you can grab on at any point. Probably like a lot of you at home, I don't have a lot of space right here. And that's typical for most people that I know. And that's okay. You only need a little bit of space to do this exercise safely. My knees are staying bent. And of course, the goal is to do this without holding the chair. You can kind of tap the chair when you turn. But if you're doing well, you can walk like this. This is such a good balance challenge. You're doing something backwards, which is always a little bit harder, and your feet are close together, which means you're operating with a very small base of support. So this is a good way to improve your balance and to challenge it. Make sure your knees are staying bent, just in case if you get wobbly. It's a lot easier to adjust when your knees are bent than when your knees are straight. Okay, we're going to keep going. If you want to sit down and rest, you can. And it's good to kind of tap your foot to your heel so that you know where you're at. Proprioception is the awareness of where your limbs are in space and where your body is in space. One way to improve your proprioception is to do something where you're hitting a target, whether you're hitting a target with your hands or your feet. This is one of the best target exercises for your legs because you have to figure out where your foot is every step. We just have 1 or 2 more to go here. Almost done. Here we go, and stop. I hope you found this video helpful. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. If you would like more help with your balance, look in the description for a link to a course I created that can help anyone improve their balance at home.